Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you knew the English words, but when it was time to speak, your mind just went completely blank? You froze. You stumbled. You felt that frustrating gap between what you know and what you can actually say. Well, today that changes. Welcome back to English with Aurora, and I am so excited you are here because this video is going to be different. We are not just learning phrases today. We are building real confidence for real conversations. By the end of this lesson, you will have practiced over 60 essential conversations that native speakers use every single day. And the best part, you will sound natural, fluent, and absolutely confident. Let me tell you something. The reason so many people struggle with English is not because they do not know enough words. It is because they have never practiced real conversations. They memorize grammar rules. They study lists of vocabulary. But when someone says, "Hey, how is it going?" they panic. Does that sound familiar? Today, we are changing that. We are going to walk through real-life situations together. I will be your guide. Think of me as your friend who is helping you prepare for the real world. We are going to practice ordering food, making small talk, asking for help, handling complaints, traveling, shopping, and so much more. And I promise you, by the time we finish, you will feel completely different about speaking English. Let me start with something super simple but incredibly powerful. Greetings. You might think, Aurora, I already know how to say hello. But here is the thing. There are so many ways to greet someone in English, and choosing the right one makes you sound natural and confident. Let me give you some examples. If you see a colleague in the morning, you can say, "Good morning, how are you doing today?" Or you can keep it casual and say, "Hey, what is up?" Or even simpler, "Morning." Just that one word with a smile works perfectly. Now, if someone asks you how you are, do not just say, "I am fine, thank you." That is correct, but it sounds a little robotic. Try this instead. "I am doing great, thanks. How about you?" Or "Not bad, just a busy day. How are things with you?" See how that feels more like a real conversation? You are not just answering, you are connecting. Now let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I had a student named Marco. He was from Brazil, and he was terrified of small talk. He would walk into the office every morning, and when people said, "Hey Marco, how is your morning going?" he would just nod and smile. He was too scared to respond. So we practiced together. I taught him simple responses like, "It is going well, thanks, how about yours?" Or, "Pretty good, just need more coffee." Within 2 weeks, Marco was having full conversations with his coworkers. He told me, "Aurora, I feel like I finally belong here." And that is what I want for you. I want you to feel like you belong in every English conversation. Let us move to one of the most common real-life situations, ordering food at a restaurant. This is where so many learners freeze up, but it does not have to be stressful. Let me walk you through it. Imagine you walk into a restaurant. The host greets you and says, "Hi, welcome. How many in your party?" You respond, "Just 2, please." They say, "Right this way," and they lead you to your table. A few moments later, the server comes over and says, "Hi, my name is Jenny. I will be taking care of you today. Can I start you off with something to drink?" You say, "Yes, I will have a glass of water, please." Or, "Could I get an iced tea, no sugar?" See how polite that sounds? You are being clear and friendly. Now the server asks, "Are you ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes?" If you are ready, you say, "Yes, I will have the grilled chicken with a side salad." If you need time, just say, "Could we have a couple more minutes, please?" Easy, right? But here is where people get nervous. What if you have a special request? What if you want something changed? No problem. You can say, "Could I get the dressing on the side?" Or, "Is it possible to swap the fries for vegetables?" These are completely normal requests. Native speakers make them all the time. And if you are not sure about something on the menu, just ask, "What does this dish come with?" Or, "Is this spicy?" The server is there to help you. Do not be afraid to ask. Let me share another little story. I once had a student named Yuki from Japan. She loved food, but she was terrified of restaurants because she did not want to make a mistake. One day, she went to a cafe and wanted to order a latte, but she was not sure how to ask for almond milk. So she just pointed at the menu and said, "This one." The barista was nice, but Yuki felt so frustrated with herself. So we practiced together. I taught her to say, "Could I get a latte with almond milk, please?" Or do you have any dairy-free options? The next time she went to a cafe, she ordered confidently, and the barista even complimented her English. Yuki was glowing when she told me. She said, "Aurora, I finally feel like I can be myself, even in English." That is the power of practicing real conversations. Now let us talk about something that makes a lot of people anxious. Making small talk. You know what small talk is, right? It is those short, casual conversations you have with people you do not know very well. Maybe you are waiting for the elevator. Maybe you are at a networking event. Maybe you are sitting next to someone on a plane. Small talk helps you connect with people, and it is actually easier than you think. The key is to keep it light and friendly. Let me give you some examples. If you are at a party and you do not know anyone, you can walk up to someone and say, "Hi, I am Aurora. I do not think we have met yet. How do you know the host?" Or, "This is a great place. Have you been here before?" These questions open the door for conversation without being too personal. Another great small talk topic is the weather. I know everyone jokes about talking about the weather, but honestly, it works. You can say, "Beautiful day today, is it not?" Or, "It has been so cold lately. Are you ready for winter?" People love talking about the weather because it is something everyone experiences. It is safe, easy, and it breaks the ice. Now, what if someone asks you a question and you do not know how to respond? Do not panic. Just be honest. You can say, "That is a good question. I am not really sure." Or, "I have not thought about that. What do you think?" See how that keeps the conversation going? You are being genuine, and that is what matters. Let me tell you about my student Carlos. He worked in sales, and his boss wanted him to attend networking events. But Carlos hated small talk. He felt awkward and did not know what to say. So we practiced opening lines together. I taught him to say things like, "So, what brings you to this event?" Or, "What do you do for work?" Carlos started using these phrases, and he was amazed at how well they worked. People actually wanted to talk to him. He told me, "Aurora, I used to dread these events. Now I actually look forward to them. That is the confidence I want you to have too." Let us shift gears and talk about traveling. If you love to travel or if you need English for work trips, this section is for you. Traveling in an English-speaking country can be intimidating, but once you know the key phrases, it becomes so much easier. Let us start at the airport. You arrive at the check-in counter and the agent says, "Good morning. May I see your passport and ticket, please?" You hand them over and say, "Here you go." The agent might ask, "Are you checking any bags today?" You respond, "Yes, just one." Or, "No, I only have a carry-on." Then they ask, "Did you pack your bags yourself? And are you carrying any prohibited items?" You say, "Yes, I pack them myself and no prohibited items." These are standard questions. Every traveler gets asked them, so do not worry. Now let us move to security. The officer might say, "Please remove your shoes, belt, and any metal objects. Place them in the bin." You do that and you walk through the scanner. If they need to check your bag, they will say, "We need to do a quick bag check." Is that okay? You just say, "Sure, no problem." Stay calm and polite. They are just doing their job. Once you are through security, you head to your gate. You might ask an airport employee, "Excuse me, where is gate 12? They will point you in the right direction and say, "It is down that hallway on your left." You say, "Thank you so much," and you are on your way. On the plane, the flight attendant might ask, "Would you like something to drink?" You say, "Yes, could I have a coffee, please?" Or just water, thank you. If you need something, press the call button and say, "Excuse me, could I get a blanket, please?" Or, "May I have some headphones?" They will help you right away. See how simple that is. Traveling is just a series of small, predictable conversations. Once you know the phrases, you will feel so much more confident. Let me tell you about my student Layla. She was moving to Canada for university, and she was terrified of flying alone. English was not her first language, and she was worried she would not understand the airport staff. So we practiced every single scenario together. We role-played check-in, security, boarding, everything. When Layla arrived in Canada, she sent me a voice message. She was laughing and almost crying at the same time. She said, "Aurora, I did it. I understood everything, and I even helped another passenger find their gate." I was so proud of her. And I am so proud of you for being here, learning and preparing yourself for real life. Now let us talk about something that happens to everyone at some point. Complaining or dealing with a problem. Maybe your hotel room is not clean. Maybe your food is cold. Maybe a product you bought is not working. You need to speak up, but you want to do it politely and effectively. Let me show you how. Imagine you are at a hotel and there is an issue with your room. You go to the front desk and say, "Hi, I am in room 203 and I am having an issue. There is no hot water in the shower." The receptionist will probably say, "I am so sorry about that. Let me get that fixed for you right away." You say, "Thank you, I really appreciate it." You were polite, clear, and the problem gets solved. Or let us say you are at a restaurant and your order is wrong. You do not need to be rude. Just say, "Excuse me, I think there has been a mistake. I ordered the grilled salmon, but this is chicken." The server will apologize and fix it immediately. You say, "No problem, thank you for taking care of it." The key here is to stay calm and polite. You are not attacking anyone. You are just solving a problem. Native speakers do this all the time. It is totally normal. Here is another example. You bought a phone case online, but it does not fit your phone. You call customer service and say, "Hi, I recently ordered a phone case, but it does not fit my device. I would like to return it and get a refund." The representative will ask for your order number and process the return. You say, "Thank you so much for your help." See? You stood up for yourself and you did it with confidence and grace. Let me tell you one last story. I had a student named Dmitry from Russia. He was living in the United States for work, and one day his internet stopped working. He needed it for his job, but he was afraid to call the company. He thought his English was not good enough. I told him, "Dmitry, you can do this. Just be clear and polite." So he called and said, "Hello, my internet is not working, and I need help fixing it." The technician walked him through the steps, and within 10 minutes his internet was back. Dmitry was amazed. He said, "Aurora, I was so scared, but it was actually easy. That fear was just in my head." And that is the truth for so many of you. The fear is in your head. You are more capable than you realize. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something incredibly important. Learning English is not about being perfect. It is about being brave. It is about trying, even when you are nervous. It is about showing up, making mistakes, and learning from them. Every single conversation you have in English is a victory. Every time you order food, ask a question, make small talk, or solve a problem, you are growing. You are becoming more confident. You are building a skill that will open doors for you for the rest of your life. So here is what I want you to do. Take one phrase from today, just one. Maybe it is, "How is it going?" Maybe it is, "Could I get a coffee, please?" Maybe it is, "I am having an issue with my order." Take that one phrase and use it this week. Practice it out loud. Use it in a real conversation if you can. And then come back and tell me how it went. I want to hear your stories. I want to celebrate your wins with you. You are not alone in this journey. I am here with you. This community is here with you. We are all learning, growing, and supporting each other. So keep going. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself, because I believe in you. And I cannot wait to see how far you go. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining, keep speaking, and keep being amazing. You have got this.